What we're going to do now is we're going to identify the domain and the range of a relation or a function. We can do this for both a relation and a function. It doesn't have to be a function in order to do the domain and range. All the domain is the collection or the set of all inputs. So you can see here we have 4 inputs: cereal, milk, bread, and pizza. And so that's the domain of this particular relation. We would just write here cereal, comma, milk, comma, bread, comma, pizza. And then we put a bracket or a bracer at the end, okay? And so what this is this is the domain of our grocery store visit, okay? The range is the collection of all the outputs. And the collection is $5, $4, $2, and $7. When they're numerical, we often order them from smallest to largest. So we're going to do $2, comma, $4, comma, $5, comma, $7. The domain or the range does not have to be organized in the same order as the domain. You don't have to do that, okay? I will say this though, you should only include each number one time. And I'll do an example now of where that might matter. Okay, remember the situation where you went to the store with your friend, you bought a hot dog and a sour apple drink, they bought Cheetos and a sour apple drink. Something weird happened where when your sour apple drink rang up, it was $2. When they rang up your friend's sour apple drink, it was $1. Well, this is not a function because the same input shows up twice and each time it has a different output, so it's not a function. But we can identify the domain and the range of this relation, okay? So in the domain, one of the inputs is a hot dog, so we'll put hot dog here, comma. Another input is sour apple drink. Another input is Cheetos. And then the other input is the sour apple drink again. Well, we're not going to write sour apple drink again. It's already been included and therefore it's already in the domain. So even though there are 4 pairs, there's only 3 items in the domain because one of those inputs is the same. So we will not include it again in the domain. As for range, this is interesting. We've got $1 shows up 3 times and $2 shows up 1 time. Well, that means we only have to put $1 one time. $1 and then $2, and that's our entire range. So the range of this relation is $1 and $2. This is the collection of all outputs from the set of the relation. All right, let's do that third example. All right, for the 5 houses that are for sale, these are the 5 pairs, okay? And the domain is the collection of all inputs. We have 2 houses that have 4 bedrooms, 2 houses that have 3 bedrooms, and 1 house that has 5 bedrooms. And so we're going to put 3, 4, 5. This is the collection of inputs. All of the houses in the set have either 3, 4, or 5 bedrooms, okay? Even though 4 shows up twice, we don't put 4 twice, and even though 3 shows up twice, we only put it 1 time. As for the range, all 5 of the outputs are different, and we're going to put them in order. We have 350, 375, 390, 410, and 440. And so since all 5 of the houses have different prices, we're going to include all 5 prices in the range. And this point, this clarifies a point that the domain, there doesn't have to be the same number in the domain and in the range. But in order to be a function, you cannot have more in the range than you have in the domain. Okay, that's for sure. Okay. All right, let's just do one more example and hopefully you'll have an understanding of this. All right, let's say we have somebody who works at a store and they work a certain number of hours in a week. In 1 week, they work 19 hours, and in that week, they get paid $190. The next week, they work 17 hours and they get paid $170 for that week, and so on. We can create a relation here, a set of ordered pairs. 19 goes with 190. So the input is 19 hours worked. The output is $190 earned. Okay? Then the next week, 17 hours worked resulted in $170 earned. Then the input was 23 hours worked, $230 earned. Then 19 hours worked again, just like over here, resulted in $190 earned. And then 21 hours worked resulted in $210 earned, and we close off the set. And so the question is this a function? Well, do any of the inputs occur more than one time? Yes, 19 occurs twice, once here and once here. It's okay for 19 to show up twice. The question is, does the output that goes along with 19 show up more than once? Well, here we have 19 that goes along with 190. Here we have 19 that goes along with 190, and that's okay. It's okay to have the same input twice if it's associated with the same output both times. And so this is a function. And so if we were to identify the domain of this function would be 17, 19, 21, and 23. 17, 19, 21, and 23. And note, even though 19 shows up twice, we're not going to put it twice in the domain. But the range is going to be 170, 190, 210, and 230. And note, we're not going to put 190 in twice because we only have to record it one time. And so this is the collection of all the gross pay, and this is the collection of all the hours worked in each of the weeks. Okay? And this one is a function.